I am Oliver Green, and I am half of Regroup for Change, and I'm bringing you, that's right, you, another edition of the 100-Day Video Challenge, Day 58. This week, we are talking about Make It Count. So, my question to you is, what does that even mean to you? What does it mean to make it count? Well, first, you have to figure out what the it in make it count is. Your it's going to be different than my it. But I'd venture to say, remember we talked about start with why? Your why is your it. And in order to make it count, I think you have to first understand where you are. And then when you figure out where you are, you understand what your areas of improvement are, what needs to be improved so you can make it count. And then after you understand what your areas of improvement are, you have to go out and intentionally seek out ways to improve those weak areas. Otherwise, you are going to continue to repeat the same behaviors that necessarily may not be getting you where you want to go. Regroup for change knowledge, that would be the ineffective behaviors. And you have to obtain knowledge to go from ineffective to effective in your thinking, which means you have to make a shift. If you are unwilling to make a shift, you're going to have a difficult time in making it count. I'll use an example. You have, as we've told you before, the things that we speak on, the things that we talk about, the things that we comment on, they aren't things that we've made up. These are things that we've done. We've lived it. These are our experiences. So there was a point in time where Kiara, I'll even go back. Well, Kiara was in a competitive sport. Logan, it was in a competitive sport. And Madison was in a competitive sport. And when my son Donovan lived with us, Donovan was in a competitive sport. So you had 4 kids doing 4 different things with 2 people. Some might say, well, okay, there's 2 people. You should be able to. But when you have one having a sport on one end of town, one on the other end of town, they're at 3 different times, and they're all in school, and you have homework, and you have to eat, and you have to be able to spend time, and spending time is not in the car driving to. You can try to classify it, but it's really not it. And then you got to eat. So there were many evenings where we prepared food in the crock pot. One person came home, put food in the containers, and we had to eat on the go, but we all ate together. So we made the time that we had, as tiny as it was, count. So when I've heard people say, I can't, you can't. Why? You can't because you've tried it and it didn't work and you didn't tweak it, or you can't because you're putting your situation up against somebody else's situation that is making it happen. You have to have your own system in place so you can make it count. If it's time management, you need to have a system in place so you manage your time. If it's money, you need to have a budget in place so you can know where your money's going. Otherwise, your money will go wherever. If it's relationships, well, you need to figure out what your schedule is and what his schedule is or her schedule. You need to figure out what the two of you's schedule is so you can figure out a time that you all need to get together so you can make it count. So I've heard it before. My mom has said it. We make time for what we want to make time for. And that's real simple. I don't need to break it down. I don't think I need to expound on it. We make time for what we want to make time for. We go buy what we want to buy, whether we have the money or not. We do what we want to do, whether it's in our best interest or not. We go on vacation when we don't have the money for the vacation because, well, I don't know. But if you don't have the money for the vacation or the shopping trip or the activity or you can fill in the rest, then you don't do it. And when you don't have a system in place, guess what? You're depriving yourself of making it count. So I challenge you, and yes, I like challenges. I challenge you to figure out one area of your life that you need to put forth 120% to make it count. And in the event that you are unable to put a system in place, guess what? We'll help. In the event that you are having a difficult time setting a goal to obtain a thing, and you need a budget, you need a guided plan, guess what? Regroup for Change will help you. Contact us. In the event your time management is not what you want it to be, Regroup for Change is here to help. But if you don't realize that you are having a problem and you aren't willing to reach out, guess what? Regroup for Change can't help. Your auntie can't help. Your mom can't help. Your girlfriend, your homie, they can't help. You have to you have to have total control over your situation to know that in order to make it count, you have to have a level of vulnerability and admit your way is not working. I hope this helped. Like, comment, share, pass it on to somebody that is in dire need to understand they can make it count, but sometimes you can't do it alone. I am Oliver Green, and I am half of Regroup for Change, and I'm bringing you, that's right, you, another edition of the 100-Day Video Challenge, day 58.